All right. It is 7:30-ish on Sunday night. Moving with us another time, another edition live in the man cave. We got the All-State PG, All-State Coach. What's going on with y'all, fellas?
Happy
What's going
Sunday.
on?
Hey, man, we blessed and highly favored, man. I am Coach Barnes, and we are Polk Hoops. We are your number one source for high school basketball in the state of Florida. Very excited for the show tonight. Doing something a little different. We got some heavy hitters, some big timers coming into the man cave to talk hoops. And so, Coach, before we jump into the guests, not sure if you got anything in the coach's corner. If you do, we can jump on in. If not, then go ahead and go for what you know if you got anything.
Um, I do, but I was gonna save it to afterwards. I would
Okay.
love for Tuma to talk about their experience in DC though. Would love to hear about that.
Oh, it was amazing, bro. Girls got to actually visit the National African American Museum, which was a great experience not only for them but for me. Um, Top of the line hotel that they got to stay in. Actually broke the Guinness Book of World Records for the as part of the most people to actually do a 5 minute step. We had like 269 people do a 5 minute step together. Um, and then the show, standing ovation, bro. Standing ovation. I mean, we haven't had that experience in a long time when you out of town. But I mean, soon they got off the stage and walked back through the auditorium. People just standing up clapping for the young ladies, man. It
Yeah,
was amazing.
that's what's up, though. Like I said, we always try to give flowers while we on here, and that's a once in a lifetime experience that
Yeah,
those girls can take with them. You know what I'm saying? So, you, congratulations, bro. Keep doing what you're doing.
yes, sir.
Shout out to you for your for your recognition yesterday. I know you took the girls up to Duval to Jacksonville and got some recognition from the organization there for your work with the squad. No, you ain't gonna speak on it, so we'll speak on it. So congrats to you on
Appreciate
that. Your work is not going unnoticed, and I know that's not why you do it, but it's always nice to to get the recognition when you do. So shout out to you and all your efforts. So before we get started, we got some shout outs, man. Coach, brother, you got anything in your two mistake? Or you
no
just gonna stay locked and loaded for when the coaches come on? Okay.
yeah, people.
Okay. So we got a few shout outs, we posted some of this stuff during the show during the week. We had Jay Frog, Bartow alum, who picked up his 100th coaching win at Lincoln Memorial University. So I want to say once again, congrats to Jay Frog. Um, Tucker Fox from Victory picked up his 100 made 3-pointer during the regional semifinals, and so congrats to Tucker. Jeremy Nixon has picked up a few awards this week. Picked up Potomac State, Coastal Alabama South. Today picked up Columbia State and Lake Michigan College. Axel Acevedo from McKeel picked up Kaiser and Warner. DJ Howard, 2026 kid, picked up a football offer from Wofford, played at Lakeland Christian. KJ Park, alumni from Winter Haven / Bartow, picked up a Southern Indiana offer. And David Allen from Sebring picked up Kansas, Wesleyan, and today picked up United International College. So congrats to all those guys for their offers and their recognition. Um,
Well,
as you
some
guys,
send them boys to Alaska, boy. Early school, man.
hey man, they post them. I mean, they post them. We share it, and
Hope though that they
yeah,
get schools like back when we was coming up. some of them schools way like there wouldn't even recruit Florida kids.
Because at this point, by what you posted the other day, you shared in the group about the message Rick Pitino got to people, and then Coach, even what you just shared with us, Rick Pitino, what he say? We not even recruiting high school kids.
Yeah,
like at all. So
he didn't care if there was a 5-star. He wasn't recruiting them.
And they top 10 in the country right now? It's Rick Pitino, top 10 in the country. He said we not even looking at high school kids. So the fact that you getting looks this late in the game, that's a great thing. So hopefully, once again, it's a family decision with your coaches and everything. Those guys are taking a good look at those offers and those possibilities and making the best decision for them as they move forward. But yeah, definitely, it's definitely been some Google searching when, to kind of see where they at and what they got going. So
yeah, man. You know what? That reminded me. I was supposed to send y'all something earlier. I just sent it to you. And this is what it says. The number of freshmen playing starter minutes on each top 10 team. Auburn has 1. Florida has 0. Duke has 3. Alabama has 1. Houston has 0. Tennessee has 0. Texas A&M has 0. Iowa State has 0. Texas Tech got 1. St. John has 0. That's the number of freshmen playing starter minutes on each top 10 team.
So it's the reality is, if you're getting them, don't take it for granted. Don't wait too long. Okay, that's a good possibility for old KJ. KJ kind of bet on himself. He went JUCO to give himself another year to go out and show what he got. And it looked, for all intents, it looked like it was the right call, and looked like he gonna have a chance to kind of pivot. Everybody's journey is not the same. So shout out to KJ for trusting in himself in the process and going and doing the work that he needed to do at the JUCO level, because we know JUCO ain't easy. It definitely is survival of the fittest. So it looks like he's surviving, and looks like he's getting in a good shape to have. He got some options, and that's a great situation for him. Ms. Shaw, for us, why does Polk County colleges, why don't they recruit more Polk County players? It's a great question.
You got Florida Southern only taking transfer. Majority of their kids are transfer portal D2 kids that they put in deep Division I transfer portal. Polk State is becoming an elite, so they're probably picking up the top junior college kids. We just don't have a lot of kids, it seems like.
It's just not on that level. Coach, you got to take on it?
I think it's too.
Before we get our first guest in, we got you, Coach, in a second.
I think it's twofold. A lot of people don't want to stay home. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you've been here all your life and then go to school right around the corner. It's just like you're not leaving home. So, a lot of people want to leave outside of Polk County. You know what I'm saying? And 2, man, some of these schools don't even try. You know what I'm saying? Because they think that the kids wouldn't consider them. And 2, they just don't try at all. I seen I think Eric picked up a offer from Polk State, but you don't see like a lot from like the other school, like Southeastern, recruiting kids from the county. Don't see that a lot. Webber and Warren, I think, should be a little bit more active on both sides, girls and boys. But again, the transfer portal has changed the recruiting game. And on the flip side, a lot of high school kids shun on those type of schools. They think they're better and bigger than that until it comes down to the nitty gritty. Then now it's not there anymore.
I think that ego is part of it, because the kids think they're bigger. Somehow, if I go to school local, that means I didn't make it. That means that I hadn't done it. Like I said, you don't want to be close to home. You feel like you got to leave in order to, quote unquote, make it. But it's a lot of varying factors. Coach Blicker has given a lot of A lot of reasons that it happens. Some people need to get away, right? Um, but if you don't have any options, you kind of got to go with what's on the table, right? So um, that is a reality that we've been dealing with. That's a good question, Miss Shaw. We appreciate it. Well, but what we gonna do, man? We got a lot, as you all we talked about. We have this show tonight. We're gonna be talking with a few coaches that have are still standing. We got some that and we do boys and girls. So this first coach, man, he's like I don't know if anybody's doing what he's doing. This coach, I mean, is coaching at a high level. He's coaching the boys and the girls. I mean, so I'm very interested to see kind of how that goes. And this guy is coach the All-State coach and the All-State PG. Are very familiar with him. My first time just meeting him, I've admired and respected from afar, but just the fact that he's doing it, how he's doing it. But our first guy in, he's not from Polk County, but he is now because since Tuma from Polk County, he's from Polk County. And since coach is family with him, he family. That's just how he is. Once you get you family. So welcome to the show, Coach Sean Campbell from Leesburg High School. What's going on with you, Coach?
What's going on? Thank y'all for having me on.
I appreciate you, man.
Our pleasure, sir. Our pleasure. So we're gonna get you ain't from Polk County. Yeah, he is. So I mean you ain't, but you is. And so since you at the White House pretty much every year, so it means it's pretty much like it's like an Airbnb type situation. You here all the time. So anyway, Coach.
He was gifted the Polk County blueprint, Coach. He was gifted. He was gifted to him. You see, he's not denying it. He's not denying it.
Okay. I got a lot of family in the county. A lot of family in the county.
Okay. Well, Coach, for the people that don't know, just give them a quick intro about yourself. We'll let you say however you want to say it, and then we'll kind of go from there. But first of all, appreciate you giving us a little of your time. I know you're busy getting ready, strategize and watch your film and all. So we appreciate it. We don't take it for granted, but we'll give you a couple minutes just to kind of say whatever you want to say as an intro.
Nah, it's gonna be real brief. I've been coaching since 2000. When was it, BD? Like 2005, 2006 when I first came back home from Florida State. I was at Evans when I first started out. I went back to my high school to coach. Matriculated from Evans to Apopka, and then from Apopka out to Leesburg, and just had a blast doing it. Had a lot of talented kids. But just grateful for mostly the coaches that have been in my life that have helped me to get to this point. Because regardless of how successful you are as a coach, I think it's a lot of people in your life that helped you get to that point. So I just want to give a shout out to those people who helped me along my way.
Good deal. So, Coach, you had a chance to get there for the boys and the girls. You made it on one, you made it not on the other. So just give people just a little snapshot of how is it to coach boys and girls at the same time, and not just do it, but do it at like a high level.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. It's hell. Time consuming. I think I did a better job. This is my second year doing it. So last year I was done. I was done with basketball. I was contemplating whether or not I still wanted to coach at all after last year. The schedule was made for a different coach for the girls. And the schedule was separate. If the boys were home, the girls were away. And our girls coach quit like the day of tryouts. So we got stuck trying to find somebody in a short period of time to take over the girls program, and nobody wanted it. It didn't have a lot of success in probably the previous 5 years. I want to say since Coach Oates, who had been to state a couple times on the girls side, since he had left. So I got stuck doing it and like killed myself driving all over, practicing 6-7 hours a day with both the boys and the girls. So it was crazy. It was worth it though, because my oldest daughter was on the team, on the girls team. So that's the
okay.
yeah. That's
That,
the real reason
that
why I
is
took it.
okay. That's the cheat code.
That's the cheat code.
Had your baby girl there. Okay, I got you now. I got you.
Yeah.
Can't
So
let your
she
baby
was
girl not be taken care of. I got you.
correct. So she was a senior last year. And I want to say maybe she had won like 4 or 5 games in her basketball career at the high school. So it's like to go from winning 5 games in 3 years to going 22-2 last year. Man, it was a blast. It I loved it. It was time consuming. It was tiring, but I loved it because of her.
That's it. I'm sitting there like, what? It had to be something. It had to be something, okay? And that's it. That's it, coach. It's your
Now the
baby
baby
girl.
girl was a freshman this year.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Oh, so
Oh,
you still gotta stick with it. You can't
you
do
still
one.
locked in.
Still locked in.
There it is. Okay. Well, at least that's the why. At least that's the why. Like that's the one when you like, man, why do I keep getting up and doing all this? Your baby girl, that's the answer right there. So that's what
Yeah.
make it worth it. Yeah.
I made it made it worth it, man. I had never coached one of my own personal kids before, ever, before last year. And this, man, it was I coached a lot of kids to a lot of different levels of basketball. There was nothing better than coaching the girls team last year.
Okay. Coach Blicker got a suggestion to ease your load a little bit. I don't know if you can see the comments on
I
the screen.
can, I can.
Cam, I got a question for you. Like I said, you didn't share with everybody, but Coach Campbell won back-to-back championships at Leesburg. He was 2018 Dairy Farmers Coach of the Year also. So I want
Yeah.
to make sure that everybody know that what you're a top tier coach. You know what I'm saying? So you have made it back to the White House. What has made this year and this experience different than any other year?
I've had extremely talented teams every time I've showed up. That were probably senior heavies, junior, senior heavy. This year we're really young and inexperienced. So like the success that we've had this year has been like crazy. Um, I would be lying if I didn't tell y'all that every year at Leesburg we expect to be in Lakeland, but it was some days I doubted it based on the roster and the personnel and their maturity at times. So it was tough. It was tough.
But Coach, while you talking real quick, we got some more, I guess, family for you, family for Toomey. It's like a family union. Mike in the chat. We got another guy that's he Polk County now because he family with Toomey, so we all family. But I want to say congrats to Eustace, another from Lake County made it in, and we got Coach Wesley Green that's tapping in. So first of all, Coach Green,
What?
appreciate you giving us a little time tonight, sir. Congratulations, first of all, and thank you for taking a little time out your busy schedule, man. To kind of, give us a little time. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Hey, this a tough one because we got Leesburg and Eustis.
Hey, Corey Tooman, don't start that Mount Dora stuff tonight, man.
Oh man.
I'm coming back to coach, man. I'm just gonna surprise y'all when I do.
Hey, I got a better chance of getting light skin.
So, Coach Green, we appreciate. First of all, congratulations, man. For the people that don't know, Coach is from Eustis, and Eustis is they're making their trip to Lakeland in a couple of days. So, Coach, just give the people that don't know a little quick history about you, a little intro, whatever you want to say, just so folks are a little more familiar with you as you kind of continue your work.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me. If I knew Sean was gonna be on here, I wouldn't have showed up. It's bad. It's bad for my character out here to be seen with him in public. You know what I mean? But
I can't get caught seen with some people.
Yeah, man. But I'm born and raised in Eustis. This is finishing up my 6th year right now of coaching at Eustis. My father is the godfather of Houston's basketball. Then my assistant coach Bill Perry is like Sonny in the Houston's basketball. That's who Corey Tuma get his game from. I'm Houston's through and through. I played there from '99 to '03. I was like top 30 in the country, number one player in the state of Florida coming up my senior year. So, I just at first I didn't want no parts of this because basketball has changed and the parents have changed drastically from when I grew up, and how like these parents calling your phone is insane to me because my mother never talked to my coaches nowhere I went at ever. My dad, none of that stuff. So, just trying to, figure all this thing out as a young coach. I leaned on Sean a lot, Sean has been instrumental in helping me see my way through this process because, like I said, he's been here, he's older, he's been coaching for a long time. But Houston Leesburg rivalry is huge. But we always seem to manage our friendship outside of that. But he's been instrumental in our rebuilding process. So the kids y'all getting ready to see come next week, I blowed up my whole program for and started over with about 4 years ago. Because when I inherited from my OG, Coy Patterson, who used to play against Corey in high school, who played college basketball and all that stuff from Eustis, I inherited his situation, and like I said, I didn't like how it was going, so I decided to start it over. And so me and Sean had this conversation that summer. I was told him, man, I'm gonna blow this whole thing up. I'm gonna start my young kids, and we're gonna see what happens. And it's been a struggle. We went 9-14 our first year. We got our butt beat on every corner. We came down to Polk County, played in the Auburndale shootout. So I took them all over the state of Florida, just playing basketball. And but I told Sean, he's a witness to this, that if they stick with the situation, that we'll be here, and it all worked out.
Yeah, it's good to see both of y'all developing them programs up there, man. Real good. Like you said, when you came down to Auburndale, and you took one on the chin then, but you was able to come to the Mosaic this year. I kind of pushed for you and Bill to get up here and get that experience, and you came out on it. You came out with a big W too.
Yeah, no, coming down there like Polk County hoops has always been great. Even when I was in high school and growing up, playing against Kathleen and all those schools when Chris Richards was there, we played them my senior year. I played against T.J. Walton and all them at AAU. It was a really good kid down there when I was like 10 years old. He was 12, I think. His name was Jake. And he played on the Lakeland team down there. They just come kick our behind in the AAU all the time. So, playing in Polk County has always been huge for us, especially, like I said, growing up. Polk hoops have always been good to me. You know what I mean? So being from Lake County, being from Eustis, we just wanted to make sure that, hey, when we come, everybody respect it.
So how do both of y'all handle, and I know, Coach Campbell, you got a different perspective of it. How do you talked about the parents. Like, okay, we talk about this on the show all the time about how different it is now. You're a parent, Coach Campbell, so when the parent has an issue with the fact of how you deal with your baby, I mean, you're a coach and you're a parent, so managing that, maybe because we try to have coach people that come on to help other people, so maybe how you all have handled it can be a blueprint for someone else to handle it and have the same success that y'all have had. So if you want to share on it, if you don't mind sharing on it, how that parent dynamic, I know that's like very important because like you say, it's so much different, but they're not going anywhere, right? So how do you manage
going nowhere? So it's two sides of it. I'll talk about like from the parent side first. When I was a young coach, I used to look at other teams and other players and be like, man, if I had that team, I would do this, I would do that, I would do this, I would do that. And like that was my mindset when I was younger as a coach. But I as I got in the business and started succeeding in it, what I realized is there are so many other factors that go into winning outside of a player's ability. Like you don't know how he living day in and day out. So like as a young coach, I kind of got out of that mindset of looking at other players and other teams and talking about what I would do with other teams. And so like as a parent, I take a step back. Even when my daughter was being coached by other people, like it wasn't my job to coach her at that time. I was making sure that I was always a parent to her and not her coach. And my wife didn't like it all the time because she was just like, man, you need to be in there, you need to be helping. But like, I wouldn't want another coach to do me like that. So I sat in the stands like 5, 6, 7 rows up, away from everybody else, and I let my child play. Um, and when I got the opportunity to coach her, the first thing that popped into my head is like everybody always talk about like daddy ball. So I was gonna make sure that all the parents around never looked at that situation like it was a daddy ball situation. So I was like 3 times harder on my child than any other kid. Like if everybody else had to run 4 laps, she ran 8. And it's just like nobody from the outside looking in or anybody in the inside could say that I treated her. Well, they could say I treated her different because it was worse than all the other kids. But I made a point for it to be that way so that nobody could ever look at the situation like I was favoring her in any way.
So how I got a question for both of y'all because you guys just made history. From my years of being there, I'm born and raised in Mount Dora. I keep up with Lake County basketball, but I was talking to I want to say Bill the other day. We've never had 2 teams in the city center come to the White House at the same time. Y'all say 3. I know Bill. Somebody mentioned 3 to me the other day. Butch said 3 because y'all count the villages as part of the triangle now. Like I never counted them.
They don't count it, Coach. Look how they both look when you said it.
I never counted the villages because that was kind of a shock to hear, like, oh, the villages. But that's the 2. As far as the main circle of the triangle with Mount Dora, Eustis, Umatilla, Leesburg, Tavares. So for you guys to make history, my question to both of y'all is, I mean, granted on the winning because Leesburg has been coming like on a regular lately. What is the basketball culture like in Lake County? Because when I was coming up, it was everything, But like, what is the culture like now?
Well, the transfer in the middle of the night has changed the culture. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Corey, when you grew up, wasn't no going no Mount Dora, wasn't no going no Eustis. The Eustis kids weren't going no Tavares, nothing like that. Now, as soon like most of these kids now should be playing like boxing and tennis because they're individualized kids. Their parents only care about their success,
right?
And they don't understand the bigger picture that if we eat, we all eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the biggest difference from when we grew up, Corey, to understand like, oh, you from Eustis. Everybody know you going to Eustis. Ain't no going to Mount Dora. Ain't no going to Tavares. Hey, I see you Friday night, December, whatever the night is. And that's how that gets settled. Of course, we're going to play at College Lot. Y'all come play at the Lake, vice versa. Mount Dora Middle School, when Anthony Hines used to open that back when I was growing up. But all this transferring, how they do now, it's just insane. And then, all these pairs are former Division I and Division II basketball players, in case you didn't know. and most of them never made it off the high school bench or ever made the team. But now that they have their child, they will come tell you what you should do
as a coach
with their child.
Yeah.
And so like everybody child is going D1. They already got offers. Everybody child is, I know such and such down there, Florida Southern. He gonna get my child in. He gonna get your child in the word. To do what? Ban? Because you know what I'm saying? Because like it's just different now. And so like like I said earlier, my mother played ball, and Corey, my daddy and all that stuff. My daddy first round draft pick. My daddy never came and talked to my coaches ever in my life, ever.
Your dad was a big inspiration. He taught me how to play organized basketball. So like, playing with him, he taught the game. Like he shot everything. Now we ain't getting no.
Yeah, we know that. It's nothing that changes now. You know what I'm saying? So like I try to tell my kids, like I care more about them going to school than winning. Because that's the most important thing, and we can come in Lakeland and win a championship, but if nobody go to college, is that really worth it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what my main focus at is education and them going to college. You know, we got a kid right now that's playing at Georgia Southern as a product of our program that comes home every summer, and there's kids are telling him, hey man, just stick with the situation. But some kids don't want to stick with it because they want to be the only star. They want to be Mike Tyson. They want to be Evander Holyfield. That's why they should play individual sports and give up team sports because their parents, oh, you got to shoot it. Oh, you got to do this. And I'm telling them, hey, man, this kid's right now going to school at Division I, averaging 10 points a game.
Yeah.
But they're winning, and they're part of winning cultures, and that's what coaches want now. You know what I mean? Individualized, you need to go, like I said, tennis, boxing, bowling, all those things you should go play now and get out of basketball because every parent wants their child to be the superstar of the team, no matter if the team is losing or not. All they care about is their child being the superstar. Winning don't even matter no more. You know what I mean?
That's hard to coach too. So for both of y'all, I don't know as much. Leesburg 5A or 6A?
5.
Okay, so two questions. Like what you know you got your hands full, Wesley. Who's in 5A that you really gotta look? Is it St. Thomas? Is it 5A?
What is it going to take?
You got Ely.
Coach, y'all pause the question. The question is, what's it going to take for y'all to win it? We got another coach in the chat. He's on the girl side, but he's it's a little more Polk kind of flavor. So the room is filling up, but it's it's great stuff being said.
Right,
so,
my boy, yeah.
We got the Coach Hall of Famer, the GOAT from Winter Haven girls tapping in. Coach Lawson, congrats once again for making it into the big show once again.
Man, listen. I'm with the PG, the coach, and Polk Hoops, man. And then you got the other two guys, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. So, Coach, go ahead. So we asked this question, and you can get it too, Coach. But right now, to Eustis and 4A and Leesburg and 5A, what is it going to take to bring home the ship?
Well, I gotta lose about 60 pounds to come play because we gotta go to Minnesota. So I gotta lose about 60 pounds before next Tuesday. I gotta get Bill to stop drinking for a week, and I gotta get my dad to lose another 60. Then we might be able to play with Gibbs come next Tuesday. That's probably what we're gonna do.
Oh man, that's a short answer, huh? Okay, Coach.
Yeah, no, but we played Gibbs earlier in the year and we lost to 56-42.
Yeah,
and so we're gonna have a game plan and we're gonna have to figure it out. But like I said, Gibbs is a very tough team. We watched them play up in Kingdom of the Sun when we was up there, and like I said, it's hard to play against college basketball players, but our kids got pride. We're gonna play hard, and we're gonna figure some things out by the time we get there.
From the county, you from the county. You gotta play hard. You got Bill Perry on your coaching staff, but y'all don't play hard, boy. It's gonna be a problem.
For sure.
What about Ely?
I
don't know about 5A as much. We haven't spoke on it as heavy, and see Ely made it. Ely's a tradition, like a Leesburg. They've been one of those programs that have been there lately. Who else is in the Final Four with you?
It's us, Ely, Ponte Vedra, and I want to say St. Pete is on the other side too. And I know Blackwell real well.
Who you got first?
I got Ponte Vedra first.
Okay.
Nah, for us, it's just sticking to our game plan, man. We had a chance. I want to say Ev, our point guard's freshman year. He broke his hand in the regional final, and that kind of derailed us from going his freshman year. But we battle tested. We young, but we battle tested. We played everybody this year. We've been everywhere, seen everything. We gotta just go play our style of basketball and defend. That's what we known for. That's what we gonna come bring to the White House.
Okay. Coach Green, Coach Campbell, I got a question for you. When I started reffing about 5 years ago, that's when I seen Coach Green for the first time and kind of met him. I had the privilege of reffing Leesburg Eustis last year, and I almost throw both of y'all out the game, boy. Y'all tough on the sideline. But I just want to say, Coach Green, I've seen the progress. and the work that y'all have put in. I really take my hat off to you, sir, because I seen where you started at, and I had to do the same thing when I was at Lake Wells. You had to blow it up, start from scratch, but the direction and improvement that I've seen, like I said, I take my hat off to you, sir. So I want to give you your flowers like you. But what I want Campbell to do, and maybe Fat Man, Coach Lawson to do, I know this is your first time going as a coach. And what advice would y'all give Coach Green going to the Lakeland Center that may give him a tip to be successful inside of that gym? Because that environment, that gym is different than what you used to playing in.
It is, but I know his kids. The best part about his program is, like he said, we were sitting up talking that summer of their freshman year, and he just like, man, no, I think they was in the 8th grade. They was in 8th grade. He said, I'm finna bring in 6 8th graders. I'm gonna clear the whole thing out, and we gonna make it to state one of these years. By the time they are juniors or seniors, they're gonna make it to state, and he's held himself accountable to what he promised on that day. So like in terms of determination and effort, like he's done that for 4 years, and I know them kids because I call them my kids too. Even though the cities are rivals, man, Green like my ace. So it's like, man, those my kids too. And I'll tell him what Billy D told me when I went the first time. It's just like you can spend a lot of time focusing on the other team, or you can prepare your team to play their style when you get there. So focus on your group and what y'all do well, and go be the best Eustis team you can be when you get in there.
Okay.
Coach
Lawson.
You know, I would take I'm going a different direction. Is to know your times. Know the time that's on the clock. Know the time that you have to do your speech, to get dressed, to make sure your kids get dressed. Everything's time. To know what time that you're supposed to come out to warm up. My first time, man, I was still in the bathroom getting dressed when the horn went off, because I'm not even understanding the times. And I think that's going to be very, very important, because you can get all that stuff done, man. But if you're rushing, that's going to be a huge deal. That's what I would say, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Wow,
I'm happy for you, Wesley, man. You know, this boy is tough. I ain't lying.
Wesley he knows something coming. See how he rubbed his head. Like, I know something.
Hey, no, like I said, I've known Corey my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So he a Mount Dora guy through and through, man. But Mount Dora, we beat them 57-15 or something like that. But it wasn't nothing personal. Yeah, it wasn't nothing personal.
Y'all making me not want to go for y'all now.
Hey, I know old boy from Gibbs, your cousin, man. I ain't mad at you.
That's my big brother right there, man. So I'm gonna stay quiet on it, but I'm more happy for you, Wesley, you and Bill, and in the staff that you have, because I know what you guys went through this summer. And I know how dedicated you was, and you had a situation happen, but we won't speak on it too heavy. But my advice to you is just, keep the kids kind of focused for the next 2 weeks, because that's your biggest challenge with you coming in as a first year, making it the first time, in the state tournament. It's the next week you normally play. Now you got to wait 2 weeks on that. Keep the kids healthy, kind of keep them focused. I would even go back and look at past have past guys that made it come in and talk. That's part of the Eustis history, to talk about what their experiences was. And don't think about the team you're playing right now. Just taking the opportunity that, what you and the community have behind y'all with these kids, and just enjoy the moments. And then, like, the knowledge that you're getting from these two, take it in as well. I'm happy you're there. I'm happy both of y'all there to make history with Lake County. But the question is, you got a bigger challenge on your hands, man. So
I've embraced the challenge though, Corey, to be truthfully honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, matter of fact, the 7-footers going to my alma mater. You know what I mean? So
you didn't mention that. I wanted you to mention where you went.
He's going to the Paul. So they called me late last year, and I came down and watched them in the championship last year. and they asked me what I thought about him. So, he's going to, the #1 private school in the country. I just hope he got a lot of jackets and a lot of jeans because, boy, it's cold.
It is.
But like I said, we played him early in the year, and we had a great battle. Like I said, we lost 52-46. And so, but we've been kind of preparing for this moment for a long time. And go back to Sean talking, like me and Sean been talking about getting one big bus to come down to Lake County all the way together. Just like since the summertime. We run summer league here, so me and Sean see each other almost every day because of summer league. And then we scrimmage each other on the side and all that type of stuff. So you know what I mean, like. We've been iron sharpening iron all year, because
if the FHS say, "Hey, listen, man, I don't know what he talking about."
Hey, and it's great that y'all in two different districts now. Y'all not even in the same region.
Yeah. So like, we don't care about helping each other because nobody's gonna, lose the regional finals to each other or nothing like that. So, but like I said, Sean been great, man. And like I said, I call him all the time, ask him questions. Because I don't know everything. He been there five times. That's my first time going. And nobody on my staff is gone but Bill, because I lost the Elite 8 game 3 years in a row when I was in high school. So I never got to the Final Four. I always lost in the Regional 8 game. So besides Bill, who, Corey, who you looked up to and helped you out, he's the only one on my staff and that's been to the, to the championship game. So I lean on Sean a lot. Like I asked him about, should I get a bus, van? What should I do? How do I go about preparation? We're going to go practice at this Elks gym that we have up in Lake County that got the no background like Lakeland does. And so we're going to go do that. We're going to practice one day at the big house, for like I said, so we can get used to that situation. So, we're gonna do what we do. You know what I mean? We're gonna guard and we're gonna work some things out. But like I said, playing Gibbs is gonna be a difficult task, but my kids gonna be embraced for the moment because I've been telling them that we're gonna get here since they was in 8th grade going to 9th grade if they stick with the plan. And some stuck with the plan, some left. You know what I mean? But that's life. You know what I mean? Because you can't make everybody think that bananas taste better than strawberries. So, but such is life though.
Coach Green, for all four of y'all, you too, Coach Billy D. The dynamic that y'all all four made it is like hurry up and wait. So none of y'all play till next week. Yeah. So how is the preparation? Now you've been playing kind of every couple games, and now you got almost a week plus before you get back on the floor. How do you, without giving your company trade secrets, how do you manage this dynamic? Now you got to wait 2 weeks to play again. Almost at least a week and a half.
I'm just gonna start back all over and go back to basics. Probably the first 2 days, tomorrow and Tuesday, we gonna go back just to skill development stuff, and then just build toward game planning for Ponte Vedra. But this first couple of days, we just gonna go back through our defense and do a bunch of skill development stuff just so that we sharp.
Same question to all three of y'all, Eustis and Winter Haven too. Same question.
Well, we're gonna condition. So so I'm gonna get in my truck and turn the hazards on, and we finna run Eustis. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow is the first thing, and then we'll go back into, like I said, our skill development stuff. And I'm gonna try to keep it normal as possible as far as like, watching the film, because like what we try to do during these times is watch 30 minutes of film, not that long. Go through different things, stop it, show them what we're talking about, then go to the court and work on it. And so that's what we'll do. So that's probably the only thing. But like I said, my most questions I asked Sean was about when you get there. How do I handle the kids? Do I let them, stay up? What they do when they're at home? Like those things.
Yeah. I think, I guess I'll go first, Coach. I know it's cliche for some people to think that, you have a pressing team and all they do is run up and down the floor. But you haven't seen Winter Haven. We're fundamentally sound. And so we're going to go right back to fundamentals, what we do every day. And we gotta really sharpen the fundamentals. And then coach, of course, we're going to do conditioning.
Who do y'all got first? Like who made it? And y'all?
Coy.
Coy
High School.
Who else is in it? Did Dr. Phillips make it?
Dr. Phillips and Doral Academy will play.
And Doral Academy, yep.
Yeah.
So y'all got that man again, huh?
Man, let me tell you something. Listen, man, you might have to come put some money on my books if we lose this year, man.
Yeah, man.
Whoa. Why your energy change now? Why your
Here,
energy change now, homeboy? But you gonna give Coach Green a pass? I remember when me and Murph played, you didn't give us no pass. You giving us the business up there.
What's that?
Give Green a pass?
No, Green brushing his head. I think Green got the whole.
No, but you gave him a pass. When me and Murph played, you didn't give us no pass whatsoever.
Hey, only reason he got lucky because him and Murph probably been on here at the same time, and I can't really do that.
Okay.
Well, Coach. Well,
that's why I logged in early because I wanted
Hey, Coach. Breaking news.
Your whole energy change.
Coach, bro, PG and Coach. Hold on now.
Oh, my bad. Hey, but Coach Green, man,
talking about breaking news. Breaking news.
My advice to you, Coach Green, is
take you your team to Lakeland
sometime this week. Sometime this week. Let them get used to the atmosphere. Let them see it.
He needs to take him to St. Pete and see how the city is. Right down to St. Pete. Hey,
Corey, I play AAU down there. I know about St. Pete.
Hey,
this is why I logged in early.
Hey, I don't go to St. Pete, man. I'm telling you, I don't go to St. Pete. Well, this man right here told me stay away from the bird. So
y'all that don't know, man, this is Coach Larry Murphy. No stranger to Polk County, man. His family once again. St. Pete Gibbs is making their fourth
time in a row.
Fourth trip to the White House in a row. So appreciate you taking a little bit of time out your schedule, Coach, to come in and talk hoops with us, man. We just very privileged and honored and appreciate you. So welcome to the ManCave, and anything that people don't know you want to say real quick, and you just can jump. You hear the conversation, so you can just jump right in.
No, thank y'all for having me. I mean, it's a pleasure to come on here and talk hoops. With y'all. I mean, y'all been like family for me my whole college career and whole coaching career. So, and for those of you that don't know, I mean, I played at Florida Southern from 89 to 93, played for Coach Schultz for 1 year, and then for Coach Gibbons for 3 years. And once I got done with playing at Florida Southern, I went back to St. Pete and started coaching. And it's been a yearly thing for me to bring my teams over to Polk County and test the waters.
Whew, that's a lot to be saying, Jason.
So, Coach, you and Coach Lawson and Billy D, y'all kind of and I guess Coach Campbell too. I don't know if y'all have been there multiple times. You've been there 4 years in a row. Does it get any easier, and is it any more rewarding from one year to the next?
And I don't think it gets easier. I mean, the road to get here is always tough. I mean, for us, with having all 5 of our starters back, the whole year has been like a challenge for me to keep these guys motivated, keep them hungry, which is one of the reasons, we scheduled the way we did this year. I mean, we played probably the toughest schedule I've ever played as a coach, to keep these dudes locked in and hungry. So, I mean, we definitely battle tested. So,
see, why you said battle tested, Wesley want to brag about beating Mark Door. You see the difference right there, Billy D?
No, we've been in some war. We've been in some war.
I want to rub me how they beat Mark Door.
Hey, man, you went to Mount Door, that's all.
Coach, we watched, at least I know I did, watch your regional final against Blake. And you had played Blake early in the year, I think in the Sun Bash or somewhere like that. And so the adage is harder to beat somebody the second time or third time. It was, like you said, I think that schedule and your senior leadership, especially the Daniels kid, kind of showed out down the stretch. And I was impressed with how you kind of managed yourself. Like if you was stressed or you was nervous or scared or out of whack, you couldn't tell it by how your body language. It's like you just kind of was the same level, same kill. So how is it? And I'm sure all the rest of you guys are like this too. But this guy, like, how do you keep that level when you got a standing room only crowd is wall to wall in there, and that game was very like up and down. A lot of stuff was happening. So how do you just? Because if you lose it, there's a good chance your kids might lose it. But I guess, like you say, you got starters back, so that's the advantage that you got that experience. So you just lean on the experience, or do you feel like you need to do more? You pull off. Like, what's the secret sauce? You ain't got to give it, because I know, y'all.
I think it's a combination of both. I mean, I got some experienced kids that, Daniels and Mathis, they're 4-year starters for me. So these kids have been around a long time. We've won a lot of games, and the one thing, probably the one advantage that I can say, probably more so than other teams. I mean, we know how to win a lot of close games. We probably played in 12 games this year where we could have easily lost. I mean, and we found ways to win them. And, a lot of that comes from, the senior leadership that I have. I mean, I got 4 seniors that they just been through a lot of wars. And my point guard, he's a special kid. He's one of the kids that, when the game on the line, he's an extension of me. And I'm real confident, he's going to make the right play, make the right decisions, and we'll find a way to pull it out.
My question to you, Murph, I would like to have Coach Lawson and Coach Campbell, because y'all have won back-to-back. Right, before. Lawson, you've run the back-to-back too, right? What advice can you give Murphy on that? Like, he's been 4 years in a row, but he has an opportunity to win back-to-back. How do you prepare your kids? Like, what's the preparation when you've been there, you won it, now you're going back? Because a lot of times you get some kids to get in there and the ego be high, like, oh, we just the best team. Like, how did y'all prepare y'all kids? Not saying that he wants the advice, but being in that situation, you, Billy D, and Camp, how do y'all prepare y'all kids to go for that back-to-back?
It's crazy because listening to him talk when he was going through his spiel, it brought me back to that second year, and I felt more pressure the second year than I did the first. First, I didn't know my butt from my elbow, so like everything was fresh, everything was new. That second year, expectations was through the roof, and the guys that were around me, my coaching staff, helped to because the pressure that year was so high. Every game, every second of every minute. Like, I caught myself in the first game of the year, like, going crazy in the locker room at halftime, and we were like up 20. And the coaching staff and the kids all was looking at me like, what's going on with you? Like, and I had to calm myself down and just understand my kids did a better job of understanding the pressure and being able to deal with it than I did early on in that season. But that's why I knew we were gonna win the second year, because they were so mature as seniors. So it's just like, you got 4 seniors, lean on them super heavy going through your preparation, and y'all gonna be all right.
Cool, John.
And I know he don't need it from me, but that guy right there in that purple kept me calm, man, because I was a raging bull, and he was like, it was just a lot of pressure, bro. At the parade, I'm walking down the parade, and some guys called me over to the tree and was like, "Hey, man, you ain't done number 1-1.
Yep,
you got to win this next one." So the pressure's all on you. And Billy said, "Coach, we're gonna do what we've been doing. We don't need these kids to have the feel the pressure. We're going to take the pressure on ourselves, do what we do, and then let's go out, just roll the ball out and see what we can do." And we end up winning the back-to-back and three-peat.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big plus for all y'all, that y'all got great coaching staff behind you. It ain't just a focus on
that guy, Rashad, man. I mean, come on, man. And one thing I do want to say, a lot of people don't know, man. I mean, that guy was with me through the 2 worst times of my life, when I had to take my dad off life support, and a couple of years ago taking mommy off life support. And this guy right here just took over and just said, "Man, don't you even come in anymore. You do whatever you got to do to get your mental right." So I've never publicly thanked him, and I hope I've been there for him to this last year.
Yeah.
Just to piggyback on what they said, our second one was a little bit tougher because Slim went down Our starting
Yeah.
center went down with an ACL in the regional semis.
Semis.
Yep.
In the regional semis, she went down with an ACL, and everybody's kind of panicking. But one of our bench players, she was like our sixth man. She would have started anywhere else. She was like, "Hey, coach, we're gonna be all right." You know what I'm saying? We got enough. And she told Johnny that. And experience carry you through. You know what I'm saying? So winning it that first time, that experience, that confidence carry over to the next year. You know what I'm saying? Where they hold each other accountable, they still compete in practice. You know what I'm saying? It's just an atmosphere and a culture that kind of lingers over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He definitely got.
Go ahead.
I said he definitely got the experience.
Oh yeah.
And even then, most of our players was juniors that second year, that second time that we won. Most of our best players was juniors. So that's what led into the three-peat. But I do want to say this, and I want to give them their flowers. Like I said, Coach Campbell was Dairy Farmers Player of the Year. Coach Lawson was the same year that Coach Campbell won it. And Coach Murph was Dairy Farmers Player of the Year last year. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just want to give y'all guys y'all flowers. A lot of people might not know that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the top award when it comes to coaches in the state of Florida.
Well, Coach Campbell, one last thing, sir. We appreciate you chopping in, man, and taking the time. I don't know if you can hear us or not. You and Coach Green, Coach Murphy, and Coach Lawson, y'all want to hang out. We're gonna give these two guys a chance to kind of any final thoughts. Anything else for the good of the cause, as they say in the first row. Before we let y'all go, man, we appreciate y'all so much tapping in and giving us some. Before you go, Coach Fitzgerald in the chat making history. Victory Christian is making their debut. So Coach Green, you and Coach Fitzgerald share a likeness. Y'all both will be making your debuts to the White House. So Coach Fitz, congrats. But as we sign off. Any final words, coaches?
Hey, Green? What you beat Mark Dora? What was the score that you beat Mark Dora? I just want my big brother to hear it because that's what the playing is. What was the score?
you know that's how it be when you go down the street and you get beat up and you go home and you go tell your big brother.
What was the score? You said you beat Mark Dora?
Hey man, I appreciate y'all having me. Y'all have a blessed night.
I need you to hear this, Murph. The score was 50-something to what now? Say it again.
56-15, man.
Murph, you hear that, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. I don't got to say nothing else, Billy D. I don't.
Coach Green, we appreciate you, man.
No, thank y'all for having me.
Season, man, and enjoy it, man.
I'm working on a gym for y'all, but if not, I got these two gentlemen here. I probably we'll try to push to get you somewhere as far as practicing. I know you need a gym. My gym got destroyed during the hurricane, but I made a call to Lakeland.
If you need me, holler at me, man.
Yeah, you're gonna need a gym.
I think we're gonna go back.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me. Y'all be safe.
All right, yes, sir. Appreciate you, Coach Green. All right. Also in the chat now we have another first time debut to the White House, Coach Mike Blicker from Santa Fe. So congrats, Coach Blicker. Congrats, Coach Fitzgerald. Welcome to the chat, sir. Appreciate y'all guys for tapping in with us. And
man, for the record, Coach Fitz has been before. It just with another squad. So it's the first time for victory to go. But anyway, we still want to praise you, both of y'all.
Y'all broke the curse. How does it feel to break the Lakeland curse? It's been 17 years.
Wow.
Since a Lakeland school made it to the White House. 2008, Kathleen High School. Y'all just broke the curse.
Wow. It's a long time.
Long time.
I think he got running clock first, so he might
first thoughts, Fitz and Coach Blicker. First thoughts for y'all getting through the process. How you feel? I know you've had a couple of days to process it. Maybe you're still processing it, but and you guys are a little different because y'all play this week, so y'all don't get a whole week. Y'all play. I think one played Tuesday night and one played Thursday morning. But what's your thoughts on it, coaches?
I mean, first off, let me just say I want to congratulate Mike. I was kind kind of newcomer to Polk County, and we both kind of bonded over being the outsiders, and we kind of opposites attract a little bit, but we do agree on one thing, and that's like we're obsessed with teaching the game the right way. So I really am happy for him that his squad made it.
Okay.
Yeah, and likewise, it was definitely interesting early, and I just try to focus on building each year to something, but also making the best experience every year for our guys. And I think we were close several times, but I also never obsessed over it. Like I think what probably looked like from the outside. I just obsessed with getting our kids to school, obsessed with the work, and eventually the work works. And so I'm very excited for our guys, really, because especially like Tate said all along, I just want to get to the Final Four. I want to win a state championship. And he's put in the work, and he took us there. First time in 54 years in our school history. It's pretty sweet.
Okay. Well, Coach Lawson, Coach Billy D, we know you got Okoye up first, so we're not going to overlook Okoye, but all things being equal, all year long, I mean, has it been, I mean, is it easier when it's pretty much the understanding this is, you guys have surprised nobody to this point, right? And so to finish the deal, as Toomer's kind of said jokingly but kind of serious, there's a very good chance that you guys are going to have to end up, just looking ahead. We look ahead. I know y'all not, but to Dr. Phillips. So what is it going to take this year to finish the deal for both of y'all?
You want to go first, Coach? Or you want me to go first?
No, go ahead, Coach. I'll go after you.
The discipline. I hate an undisciplined team, especially an undisciplined Coach Billy and Coach Johnny's team. So the discipline on defense, discipline on offense, that discipline on the court and off the court. And this is what we talk to them about all the time. Not playing with hands, not playing with body, finishing your layups, free throws. I'm just a strickler, man. I mean, it's discipline, it's structure, it's order. And we have a huge poster, and that's what it says. Structure, discipline, order. And if you don't have that, you don't have anything. Whether it's in your house, on your job, or with your team. And so I think that we've been so close to winning, losing by 2, losing by 3, but just to being undisciplined for a short period of time will lose you a state title.
Just to piggyback on what Coach saying, first of all, Doral Academy was there last year. You know what I'm saying? They were in the Final Four, so they're an experienced team that's returning. So that's no gimme game on that other side. It's both quality team, both great coach teams. So whoever we play, we'll line up against them. But for us, I think the schedule that Johnny had this year for us going to DC, playing the top team in Pennsylvania, playing one of the top teams in New York,
Virginia,
and in Virginia. But we had some challenges throughout the year where Shaw was down, where she was sick and hurt different parts of the year, along with Pitts, Ballsy. And we just had some challenges throughout the year, and somebody always stepped up. So again, like Coach said, it's going to take discipline. It's going to take a great week this week of preparation. We think we got a great game plan for our first game. Got a backup game plan just in case that doesn't work. But we're going to go in. We're going to rely on our experience. Those first 2 years has prepared us for this moment. Falling short has made them hungry. And we're going to feed off that energy in order to propel us this year.
Okay. So Coach Blicker and Coach Fitzgerald, both of you guys have had great guard play all year long, right? Talk about how important that has been for your success and what it's going to take for that to happen for 2 more games. So it's gotten you to this point, and what maybe it's more the same, maybe it's something different. I know I'm not asking you to give out any company trade secrets, but it's gotten you to this point. The great guard play both of you guys have. You got the 2 best guard combos in the county, and that's why you're still playing, in my opinion. So now how do you continue to translate that, as you move into the Civic Center for the next couple games?
I mean, ours is a little different in that, we've had great guard play, but they are, this is all new experiences for them. They have actually exceeded my expectations as far as how they've gone about their new roles and how they've been consistently productive in their new roles. But at the same time, there is an experience factor. Everything is new. But I think that last game against Gibbs really gave us some confidence that we can play with elite teams, even not playing our best. So I think going into this Final Four, the biggest challenge for us is just, really not having that feeling of just being glad to be there. We want to make sure we take full advantage of this opportunity that we have, win or lose, make sure we're playing to win so that it's a valuable experience, for the next time.
Yeah. And obviously, anybody that sees our team in layup line knows that we need our guards to be really good since we have about 10 of them and not many forwards. So, but the fact that we got Toby and Tate gives us a chance in any game. But we really need KJ, Uriah, Ethan, obviously. We just need everybody to, instead of getting caught up in the moment, kind of like what Fitz just said, just own the moment. Like, we have a chance to do what we want to do and just focus on us and be the best version of us. And obviously, a lot when you have veteran guards on any team. So I fully believe in Tate and Toby. We're not just excited to be there. Obviously, it's cool to make it there, but that's not the goal.
How big was the mosaic, y'all? You got Santa Fe, Victory, Gibbs, Eustis, Evans.
Wow.
That's big.
That's huge.
We played a couple events like that. We played at the Battle of Villages, and it was Impact Christian, who's in 1A, Villages, who's in 3A Final Four, and then Windermere ended up winning it, and they're in the 7A Final Four. That was our Final Four in the Battle of Villages.
Did Windermere play in it in the mosaic too? Or was that?
Yeah, they did.
The mosaic that's great.
And coach, to the schedule, I know it was a stretch where you were losing the games, but you were right there. And then after Christmas break, it's like it didn't happen anymore. So I totally think the way you schedule, both of you, but especially Santa Fe, I would say on the show, Santa Fe's not going to be scared of anybody, but they've been playing these type of people all year long. So I don't think, as far as like you say, the level of competition, speaking of Santa Fe specifically right now, and Coach Fitz, you schedule tough also. It's not going to be anything that your kids going to be like, oh my God, because you've been playing these type of people all year. So your guys don't flinch. It's like, and I don't know if I'm sure it was masterful, in my opinion, how you set it up to give you guys a chance to be in this position. And, but having said that, when you first look at University Christian, do they pose anything different as far as what you haven't seen? Not, like I say, once again, not to give out any strategy. Same thing with you, Coach Fitz. You're playing North Tampa Christian, and I know. And the thing I hate about you, Coach, is that you to get here with the injuries you've had to deal with without having your two big guys. I really would love to see them, but you got a lot of what you play. So you guys first kind of take on your opponent. I know it's not your first take. I know you guys have already looked at it 3 or 4 times, but what is it going to take for you to what is your take on North Tampa Christian and Impact? Is it Impact Christian? No, University Christian.
We played against University Christian in Gainesville in the FABC live event, so we kind of know who each other are. They're playing a little different, or extending their defense a little more than they were at that time. But it's still, you got to make plays, you got to get stops. It's still going to be a test of, can we rebound? I think we've shown that we can rebound for parts of games, but can you rebound for 32 minutes in a game that really matters? And so it's going to be tough regardless, but we know what we need to do.
I mean, North Tampa is a very tough matchup for us. You know, they got a lot of size, but you know, we're going to go out there and shoot our shot, and you know, we're obviously going to have to make shots. But I like our team against anybody at this point.
All three of you guys are all local, so you guys are home. How do you embrace the home court advantage, or could it be seen as like pressure because you got the home court advantage?
I mean, I personally like it because I've been in both. I had to come on the road and come up here. I mean, there's so much more to deal with when you're getting in the hotels and food and everything, getting transportation, all that. I'm going to appreciate it more just having the same routine as a normal game, in my opinion.
Okay. Coach, I absolutely love it, man. I mean, they can stay in their own bed, eat their own food, and then we get the home crowd. So I love it.
Okay.
Not sure about the home crowd at 11 a.m. However, our kids chose a 8:30 a.m. practice on Saturday instead of noon because there are a bunch of dorks that sleep. So I'm hoping that plays into our advantage.
Coach Blicker, you got I saw the video that the guys made, and it just seems like, and I know this probably because you're always in the gym, you're always training, but you just seem to have like a great like relationship with those guys that's like past basketball, and it just kind of like it's almost an extension. Like I said, I saw you like light into Toby like that first half of that Evans game, and it's like he just took it and he got better from it. Like, talk about how does that develop? And I guess it comes from the time that you put into the gym and the camps and the workouts and stuff, but it's clearly obvious that there's a great relationship, and I think that's the thing that gets lost, and that's kind of what Coach Lawson was saying. All three of your programs, there's obviously a relationship past just basketball. It's not just like y'all are a basketball team. It's like you're a program, but it also has a very good, like a family feel to it. So is that the secret sauce, that you got that little bit that seemed like everybody doesn't have?
A couple years ago, Toomer kind of took a shot, but just it was hard to see because we had so many transfers. He said something about us not having a program, and it's because it took years to build relationships through the camps. Toby was in our camp, the first camp I ever had. He came to our after hour camp that was for the younger kids, and then I made him come to regular kid camp. I mean, he was tiny, which obviously is still small, but he was tiny coming to camp. I mean, this was 9 years ago, was our first camp. So he's been in the gym nonstop for the last 9 years. I've built the relationship. I'm looking across the balcony this morning at church, looking at him and his family. Like, it goes beyond basketball. I mean, we see each other year round, and it's same thing with Cyrus was at camp when he was in middle school. Tate was working out with us when he was in middle school with Trey and Toby. Lackey was at camp. KJ, Uriah, I think just about Devin came to camp. Abbott came to camp. Basically, every single person besides Ethan came to camps. And Ethan and I, we were working out last spring a little bit with his AAU team that he was playing with. So like there's hours in the gym lead to relationships. And that's just kind of like, if it's just basketball, what are we doing? It's got to be more than basketball. And that's kind of where we've built our program on. Every kid that's ever transferred in, I think besides 2, came to camps because there was a relationship there. There was a trust there. There's an understanding of how we do things, because you can't just come here and it's not going to be great. Like, if you don't really understand how I coach, it's going to be really kind of tough on you. It's going to be tough on you. It's going to be tough on the parents, and it's not going to work out. You got to be all in. It's our big thing, is you're either all in or you're all out. And I'm all in every day, and kind of ask the same for our guys to be all in. And I'm very thankful to have 10 student athletes that are all in every single day. And most importantly, their parents are all in with how we do things.
Good deal. Coach Fitz and Coach Lawson, same question.
I mean, I think the thing I'm most proud of is that we lost 55 plus points of scoring last year, and everybody thought that we were going to have a rebuilding year, and that's really the sign of a program. And these guys that have, like Mike is saying, they're in the gym, like nobody just knows who they are necessarily, but they've been in the gym, they've been playing against all those other guys, they've been waiting their turn, they're not transferring, they're staying put, and waiting their turn. And when they got their turn, they were like, had something to prove. And, I'm extremely proud. I mean, I'm with these guys all the time. And like I said, they exceeded my expectations of how well they adjusted. So I think that's pretty cool.
One thing that's really cool about Fitz's program and our program right now is we have one kid out of the 10 kids that will dress on Thursday that spent a year away from us, spent a JV year at McKeel. One kid spent 1 year. Everybody else has been at Santa Fe their entire career, which obviously helps that we have 3 freshmen and a couple sophomore. And I'm pretty sure Victory has 0 years outside their program, which is pretty crazy.
Coach Lawson?
Man, the Winter Haven girls program, man, I was kind of just sitting in the gym, had the lights off, and 10 years I spent as a assistant coach for Coach LeDon, and 17 as a head coach. And you're talking about out of 27 years, this will be the 23rd time that I got an opportunity to walk through the back of that gym and coach. I mean, 8 times with Coach LeDon as assistant coach and 15 times as a head coach. Like, something that I never thought that I would be here. But that program helped save my life, and that guy in that purple. So the program has done just as much for me as it's done for all of my kids over the years. And I know we've saved some kids. I mean, there was one kid that Coach Billy, I was going to kick off the team. Coach Billy said, if you kick off the team, I'm quitting. And she just gave me so many problems. I said, she's done. And he walked in and said, that kid is not going to be off the team. Now this kid has 3 salons, hair salons. Graduated with a bachelor's degree and 3 salons in Alabama. Wow. And so the program has done, like I said before, just as much for me as it's done for anybody else. But 23 times is unprecedented. I never thought that could even be possible.
Yeah. Well, coaches, I want you guys. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Also, what's amazing is this man texted me, Coach Lawson texted me, congratulations, out of the blue after we've only talked a couple times ever. Was just amazing because you are the standard. Same thing with Coach McGriff. Answered my call as soon as I called him yesterday. And the dumbest questions in his mind that I had, and they're just willing to give back to Polk County coaches. Always. McGriff has been like that since I think my 2nd year. Just took a game, gave us a game, even though he made us sit through that sponsor night. But he's always been there for the questions, the advice, the guidance, just everything. So I greatly appreciate that as a coach that's not from this area, especially.
All right. So I want you all to do one thing before we jump off. I want you to give one bit of advice to another one of you 3. So, like, what piece of advice would you give to another coach that you're not, as far as how to get through and win 2 more games, essentially? How do you get through a 2-game season? What advice would you give to someone else?
Mike, lay off the refs, man.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
However, University Christian fouls the hell out of people. We need some calls, but we'll save that for another time.
Okay.
Hey, man, I would say make your practices as hard as it was when you first started at the beginning of the season. For sure.
Given either of these guys advice. They've been through it way more than I have. They have won a lot more than I have. I'm just happy to be here with them and happy to be here with my team, but also focused on much bigger things. But I don't think they need to hear advice from me, other than maybe Coach Lawson, Coach BD. Give Macy more minutes.
Let me tell you something. We love Macy, man. Macy's gonna be huge for us.
She's awesome.
She's amazing.
My advice for you guys, I know you guys rely heavily on your guards. I think you got to recognize early on how well they're shooting the ball inside of that arena, and kind of talk them through it. Don't be afraid to. You can't take your timeouts with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to build confidence and like, hey, you may need to get to the free throw line to get closer. If they're not seeing it very well. But my thing is stay true to what you have been doing all year. Nothing should change. Your approach should not change. Your style of play should not change. Coach Blick, I love the way that you stayed true in the Evans game. You stuck to your game plan. You kept chipping away. They're going to need you guys at some point during that first game. And they're going to be looking for you for that type of confidence. And you guys are going to have to be there to instill it in them. You know what I'm saying? Don't panic. Just let them know everything's going to be all right. And you guys will do well. I expect you guys to do well.
All right. So one last before we'll let all four of you goats, since you guys have made it. Congrats once again on behalf of Polk Hoops, man. You know we all thank Polk County. So I want to give each one of you a chance. Any final words that you want to say before we sign off? And once you all say your part, then this has been a great show. This turned out great to have so much knowledge and success and so much gems that was dropped tonight. So we're very thankful that y'all gave us, this time. We don't take it for granted. So any last words from each four of you before we sign off?
I was in Publix taking care of my honey-do list for my wife tonight. And this person I don't think I know said, "Hey, we're cheering for you, not victory." And I just want to go on record to say you're cheering for victory. Our entire team, coaching staff will be in the building cheering for victory on Tuesday. And I hope you guys take care of business.
Appreciate it. I mean, I just think over the years I've seen like this camaraderie of coaches grow in Polk County. I think a lot of it's due to Polk Hoops. You guys catch a lot of flack on some level, but I think the positives far outweigh the negatives. I mean, so much talk about our county and our basketball. It's been amazing.
Well, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the girls teams. I thought we had an amazing showing in the playoffs. Big shout out to Lakeland Christian, man. I mean, just one of the best, I think, seasons in 17 years for them. And, you had Marlbury and Lake Wells and Lake Region, and it was just so many teams to make the playoffs and go pretty far. So, Haines City, like, man, just all of you guys, man. I just want to give a big shout out to all the girl teams and all the girl coaches and coaches, Coach Fritz, Coach Blick, man. Good luck. We'll be there watching y'all.
Good luck to you too. Appreciate it.
Well, thank y'all, coaches, for taking the time. Good luck to y'all this week, man, and next. All right. Thank you, Coach Blick. Thank you, Coach.
Hoops, I need to see you, Coach.
Yes, sir. We got you.
All right, tell the queen I said hey.
Yes, sir. Always.
Coach, let's talk about Coach Johnny, man. I did tell him that if he kicked the girl off, I wasn't coming back. Coach, he tried to kick the girl off. It wasn't even her fault, Coach. Some girl cornered her off at school and started hitting her, Coach. She had no choice, Coach. She did not have no choice. But the thing is, what I told Coach Johnny was, first of all, it wasn't that girl's fault. She didn't even get suspended from school. But the greatest thing I told him was that kid does not make it out of Winter Haven if it's not for basketball. So we had to make a decision to save that kid's life. And like I said, that kid has done an amazing job. job. She won a national championship in JUCO. She went on to Troy, had a successful career at Troy, and like he said, now she owns, 3 salons. She's on her own business. So, like Coach said earlier, the coaches were saying it's bigger than basketball, man. The impact that we have on these kids, impact Tuma have on his kids, is just bigger than basketball. We are life coaches, Coach.
Yeah,
So
my
we have
bad.
to
My
teach life
daughter's text.
lessons.
I had to jump off.
You good, Bob? You good?
We got to
You good?
teach life lessons, man.
Okay. Well, do you got? I know you say you wanted to hold your thing before you, so you got enough happen, or you still got it on your dome to chat.
No, you know what? I don't want to take away from tonight's show, to kind of make this show long. I think we had a great show. We had a lot of energy, a lot of gems being dropped. I think coaches that strive to be to this position can take a lot away from this show. And I want to say that the coaches, the coaching culture is a fraternity in itself. Don't be afraid to ask or reach out or ask for help. You know what I'm saying? I think people are willing to help, no matter who it is. Um, if you want to, have them aspirations of getting to Lakeland, sometimes you're gonna have to do things that you never done before in order to do things that you never done before. You know what I'm saying? I said that before, but sometimes you're just gonna have to switch it up a little bit. Me, I've been coaching for a long time, but I'm still a student. I'm a sponge, and I don't mind learning new things. So,
Well, man, we really appreciate having Coach Wesley Green from Eustis, Coach Sean Campbell from Leesburg, Coach Larry Murphy from St. Pete Gibbs, Coach Johnny Lawson from Winter Haven, Coach Steve Fitzgerald from Victory, and Coach Mike Blicker from Santa Fe, all who have moved on to the Final Four. Santa Fe will take the game will be this. Make sure I'm saying it right. On the 27th, which is Thursday, they play at 11 a.m. against University Christian out of Jacksonville. I know that's a matinee game, but it's
they
the
ain't doing
county,
no favors with that one.
right? Yeah, that was tough. You get a home game. Congrats on getting that home game, but you got to play. You got to do the Breakfast Club, and then Victory plays on Tuesday night. Victory has a prime time game. They got a prime slot. They play 7 p.m. against North Tampa Christian. Victory comes in as the 3 seed. They reseed them. So Victory is a 3 seed, and North Tampa Christian is a 2 seed, and Santa Fe is also the 3 seed, and University Christian is a 2 seed. So very proud of those young men and the young ladies of Winter Haven High School. Obviously, I got a little more, family with Billy D and Johnny, but also my niece is on there. So shout out to Jaden. Hopefully you guys can finish the deal, and she can walk out her high school career with a ring. So cheering for all things Polk County this week.
This year.
Say again.
It's Winter Haven year this year.
It's got to be Winter Haven year, man. So we feel real good about it. Amaya Shaw, she family too with Shaw. So hopefully we feel real good about it, Coach. We know y'all still got to do the work, but obviously we've been here. I know we kind of joke at you, but this been the goal. And so now it's a 2-game season, and like you say, whoever come out the other side, they gotta see about us, and that's the thing. They got to see about us. That's the Polk County mindset. They got to see about us. So, Coach, you want to take us out with anything you got for the good of the cause? Since you still doing what you do.
Coach, I can't express enough for the kids that are still playing is make sure that you're available for your team. Don't do anything that's going to take you away from that. Hope everybody stay healthy. But the biggest thing is just support. If you have time to come out and support these teams over at Lakeland, please be there. You know what I'm saying? It's not often that people get there. Like I said, it's the first time in, what'd you say, 20-some years?
17
years that Lakeland has had a team in there, and you got 2 teams in. Get not only one team, you get 2 teams in. So let's get out and support those guys. And
I don't know if y'all follow the chat.
Lake County is family, you know what I'm saying? So Sean is definitely my family. Like I said, we coached together in travel ball. I kind of gave him the blueprint. And Coach Green, I've seen his teams grow over the years. So they family too. We room for them. Of course, we room for Murph. Murph is family for sure. I really expect Murph to go back to back.
I don't know if y'all been following the chat, but that's the Lakeland outside of how can other schools, and I mean I know we about to sign off, but the chat been about how can other schools besides Victor and Santa Fe have the same? Why is it just not the same for the rest of the schools in Lakeland as it is for Victor and Santa Fe?
But I think they gave it out though. They're in the gym working out, Coach.
Yeah.
They're in the gym all the time working out. Blicker has camps, and Coach Fitz always open that gym for his kids to get in there and work out. I don't think the rest of Lakeland is doing the same at the same level they are. And you got to start early. You know what I'm saying? Blicker bringing having those middle school camps and stuff, he's bringing interest to his program. What are the other programs doing to bring interest at such an early age? You know what I'm saying? I think, it might be.
They got to turn kids away now.
Yeah,
I say that loud and clear. I think they're gonna have to turn kids away. Like they just open up a great door to be able to say no. Cause
and then like now you have the step up scholarship where these public school kids can go to a private school and not have to pay.
It's the ultimate marketing. They about to have the ultimate marketing, bro. You're in the White House. Like no matter what happens,
you're in the White House. You're in the gym every day.
It's the ultimate. They got the cheat code now. Hey, say what you want, but they got the cheat code now. I mean,
and
shout out to
not
them.
going to change for them next year. It's a great possibility that those two teams make it back to the White House next year too.
Right back, make it right back.
The regions every 2 years, right?
Yeah,
they good.
And then you got Victory next year. They'll be Blicker gonna get more guys, and Fitz don't lose nobody, and he gonna pick back up the big kids.
He will be a year older with experience, which will make him. Yes,
he has 6'8" and 6'10" next year. So it's great problems over there at Victory Christian Academy and Santa Fe Catholic. So once again, congrats to everybody, man. Good luck this week and next. Y'all get out and support these young men and young women who've been working hard and they're seeing the fruits of their labors. All right. So that's all we got for tonight, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in and rocking with us. We don't take it for granted. Till next time, Polk Hoops. We out. Y'all be safe.